Welcome out, gamers and gamettes, to this RGLgg Invite Highlander Season 14 Week 7 Steel matchup taking place between Fast Fourth and Squirtyay. I am Alto, joined by Zach to my side, Dolphin behind the camera as always. Zach, how you doing tonight?
Doing all right. Took a little while to get some started as there was communication issues to say, between all the teams. And Squirtyay coming into tonight with a bit of a different roster, had to field a couple last minute ringers, but still this is going to be an indicator of what's likely going to be our first versus fourth seed matchup come next week.
Yeah, as these two teams, barring any very surprising results from this week, which Steel has had before, but there's pretty solid chances that we will be seeing these two teams play each other again next week in that first versus fourth matchup. So this match can be very important to determine both where these two teams stand in relation to each other and whether or not any of them may be comfortable picking or banning Steel in that matchup. So one last tune up before we get into playoffs.
Yep, and we do have the players rushing into the server since we are late, and they also want to, be done as fast as they can. So let's go ahead and run down the rosters real quick. Starting out on Fast Fourth is going to be Blank on Scout, Ether on Soldier, Melon on Pyro, Exile on Demoman, Poseidon on Heavy, Rebel on Engineer, Toy on Medic, Mujet on Sniper, and Fish on Spy.
And on the side of Squirtyay, it will be DT ringing on Scout, Jerry on Soldier, Figsy on Pyro, RJ ringing on Demoman, Nurks on Heavy, Aaron, formerly known as Yip Yapper, on Engineer, Ray on Medic, Arbiter ringing Sniper, and that is 3 ringers for the side of Squirtyay, and Pajaro on Spy.
Yeah, and last time we did end up seeing Fast Fourth was in week 1, where they got that cast. I believe it was versus Froggy? I forget exactly who we saw them go up against in that week, but yeah, it's been 6 weeks since they've been on cast. They're getting some spotlight here. They're 6-0 right now. They're undefeated in the season. We didn't get to see the one match on cast where they managed to beat League of Lemons, so hats off to them for that one. And they're pretty much locked into first seed. Let's see. They are currently 8 points above League of Lemons. So if League of Lemons wins and Fast Fourth gets 0 rounds here, then that's going to swap.
One sec, Zach. I think our rosters may be incorrect here, as I think that is not Rebel on Engineer. I think that may be Froyo J.
That'd be pretty funny if that were to be the case. Yeah, I don't see Rebel's chess icon in the server.
Does look like that's what it is. We've got a. I think this has to be a Highlander exclusive right here. Froyo J on Engineer.
We'll see the impact he can have on Steel. Do you think he's ever played a competitive Steel match in his life?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, match. I don't know. Let's. No, yeah, Jay probably would have, because he used to play Highlander back in UGC. He was on the Meme Stealers with me, and shot away in JJ Slim for a while before he busted his hands that season. But yeah, I'd say he's been on it anytime in the past few years. Definitely, he might have ranked Soldier in a playoff match at one point. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, so that's an interesting sub in. Likely won't have that big of a bearing on the match. I know to say that, but like it's Engineer on Steel. He's subbing in. He's just gonna put his gun where they want him to, and then go shotgun people. So it'll probably be good.
Yeah,
With saying that apparently he mained on Hood season 10. Was that a Soldier season or a Scout season?
That was probably a Soldier season. Yeah, that would make sense. So thanks for fact checking us. But we do have all 19 in server.
19
waiting, or 18. I'm counting the STV.
Yeah, who is it?
It's Chad. It's Chad Yeager. Who is Chad Yeager? Top 10 mysteries today that scientists still can't answer. It's a terrible inside joke about the STV name in the server. People frequently not realizing it's the STV. But yeah, I mean, I think Squirtyay definitely, going to be a little bit handicapped tonight, having 3 ringers on their side. Never something any team wants to have, especially on a map that's as combo synergistic as Steel is. But with the variance that you can see on this map, all it takes is one slip from the fast fourth combo, and Squirtyay is very easily able to capitalize off of that.
Yeah, and additionally, Fast Fourth, they do have something to play here tonight because they do need that one round win to guarantee their first seed here. So they're going to be bringing out all the stops. They're going to be trying to win this match as much as they can. Squirtyay, all they have on the line where is that if they do, I believe they need a 2-0 win, and then with the help of Froggy getting 0-2'd, they might be able to jump to third, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But for now, both teams going to be loading in just a second. We're going to get started here. Predictions are are active for time now. CP Steel times, if you're not aware, they can range anywhere from 4 minutes to 14 minutes. So, we'll see what ends up.
Honestly, 4 minutes is still not even. I mean, yeah, if you had a 4-minute time, that's fast, but we've seen sub 3 come out in recent seasons. But then also we've seen times as high as 10, 11 minutes. So I think overall, over the long history of Highlander, times on Steel have definitely trended shorter as teams have gotten better at, capitalizing on rotations, learning the ins and outs of the maps. We've seen new tech. It's not really new tech anymore, but, NG's putting guns in Wishbone, to behind the defense on B to help pinch them, maybe force a wipe earlier than you might like to see it to get that A-B-E pressure going. All types of strategies have come up because I think a lot of it is kind of predicated on Steel's extremely long defense spawn timers.
Yeah, once that C point gets capped, your spawn goes up into the 20 seconds plus. It's not fun to play if you're getting snowballed all the way through on defense, but it is going to be the side of Squirtyay trying to attack first here, so we'll see if they can get the momentum going. They have a tough task ahead of them.
Yeah, and a lot of the times you always want to see a team come out quickly, right? I think in general, Steel is the one map where you should usually want to be defending first, because there's so many options. Having that, solid timer always helps out more than it can hurt. But should we see, maybe a really strong AE come out, as I see Aaron bringing his gun out on first, maybe that can get you some momentum and really kind of swing that first half in your favor.
Yep, first kill of the round goes to Exile, some Crit Stickies take down Nurks, who was trying to shotgun clear the Crit Stickies, so gets punished for his insolence, but that's going to be A capped up. About normal time, we're going to see where Square decided to send their flank players, because you can do a lot of things on Steel, and it looks like they are stacking a lot of people and a level 3 sentry gun towards that AE lobby area.
It's only Fish and Blank right now in lobby, no soldiers, so should a number of players come in, they would easily be able to bust through lobby. Yipyapper putting his, putting his telly on A, interesting enough by drop down. Jerry kind of hovering in between, but it looks like they're motioning towards lobby, as Pajaro is already scoping out what's in there, and gets Fish's DR, but dies for it, as some pressure in B not going to work out on the side of Squirtyay. Arbiter going drop down, does not get the shot off on to Toy.
Yeah, went for that classic shot, and
Mujet down though.
Yeah, they do get Mujet. He'll be on a 10-second spawn timer by the time they're able to actually walk out here. It's going to be enough to get going though, and it looks like their med is out. Ray going to be pocketing her combo members up towards upper, and now they want to try and displace this heavy, but a lot of damage being dealt by the Aether Poseidon duo standing on high ground.
Yep, and the gun now getting set up in lobby. Aaron has that set up. It's going to create a lot of pressure on anyone looking to peek from the spawn door.
Coming out on B now, though. Melon getting a solo, stuffing this firmly in the gate. Arbiter took drop down again. They do spot him out, and the Uber's not even over yet, so he can't get anything done. Arbiter the only casualty in that exchange. Blank will die in post, though, to a spy, and now this AE pressure is going to start to mean something.
Yeah, Fish on the DR in the back spawner, and Enforcer actually just to shoot Aaron's gun. But it's not as many shots hitting as maybe would have liked.
So it's not getting the damage bonus right now. And now he wrangles it. It's not going to help if he stays there with the Enforcer, but with this level 3 being wrangled, now they can get the Scout 2xing onto the E point. So we'll see who they decide to send back. It looks like the answers are Mujet. He's going to peek this one. Misses his first shot, and the DT does take the moment to rush him. He gets the sniper kill, and then he's about to 2-tap Blank. DT about to get a double kill. Talk about a season debut.
But Finit beefs it right at the very end, unable to land those pistol shots onto Blank, forcing him to get the pack. As Jerry now getting cleavered on point, gonna be forced to jump back into lobby and gets the dispenser just in time that Aaron has set up. So DT almost a crazy play, going in, yeah, trying to flank, get that pinch coming in from behind. Gonna get some chaos in there, but no frags really coming across. Only Pyro is gonna go down. Cap time starting to come back in right now, but Fish in that spawn just constantly peppering the gun and the players on point.
Now they did get the Uber out of
Jerry, no! Jerry! Oh,
guessing
the
a man
claims it's first. Yes. Yeah. Aaron's gun gets sapped, that's gonna go down too. So all this lobby pressure into naught.
In the backline gets a double kill. Toy and Exile just caught unaware, gets an easy 2K on that pack on B, and now with full Uber out and man advantage, they should just be able to walk in here and take B.
Yep, it's been a substantial amount of time, and I mean, it's kind of a shame that none of their lobby pressure really amounted to too much. But I mean, you know, you take the double kill onto the med and demo as they're starting to move in here. But Mujet finds Nurks right off the bat.
There's
Jerry
a
in on a high
guy.
bomb, and ooh, yeah, lands on the sentry, gets catapulted back out. Arbiter finds Melons, that is one kill. The
They're
gun,
contesting
though,
with a banner. That's a good banner pop coming from Ether here. They're going to run out, try to do some damage. They're going to stab onto Ray. Ray drops Uber. The pop bind is in chat, but the backstab came in picture perfect at the moment they needed. And because of that, he's not going to get capped. It's a walk back out here for fast fourth. That play was picture perfect.
Yeah, and I mean, Jay's gun there stopped them from getting any more forward than they might have otherwise. They didn't want to risk peeking it and taking too much damage. But then, yeah, Ether just on that battalions comes in, they run out, and, you know, easy cleanup, especially with the, you know, the alley-oop by Fish dropping right there. Because if an Uber comes in, then you know, battalions is like, what, 30% damage reduction?
Yeah,
Significantly less than 100.
By then. They
Significantly less than 100 if they got the Uber off. But, you know, combination of plays, fast forward showing why they're first seed, and we are getting word that this pause is due to Mujet lagging out, so...
the Brazilian ping, they got him.
Once he gets back in, then should hopefully be going without too much delay. But, you know, as you can see right now, Behold coming back in for fast fourth right now, and Toy now up on a 60% Uber ad. Not many things going in the favor of fast fourth right now.
Yeah, fast fourth going to be reestablishing their Behold. Squirtyay have to go back to spawn, build up from scratch. They're on a mini sentry now, so they didn't like the flank play. Yip Yapper is now putting the mini in B main, and DT's all alone on E right now, so they really have nothing going. They have no lobby presence, they have no B main presence, they have to charge 60% Uber. The one thing they do have is they have faster access to upper if they want to go for it. Problem is, Mujet's about to be able to stare at it. It looks like right now he's looking into E, but once they realize it's just DT there, Muget's probably going to come stare at this. If you are Squirtyay here, you should probably just try and send people high ground and go dry and see if you can get anything.
Yep, yeah, the telly was destroyed up there, so Poseidon has no way of getting back on top of those B cliffs. So, you know, that high ground is free right there. Toy, again, only on 72% right now. So if Nurks is able to get up there and quickly and then, you know, start spraying down from there, there is a window where Toy is going to be vulnerable where they won't have that Uber to pop in case too much damage comes in on them. So you could potentially leverage that high ground, get yourself a med pick and, you know, kind of pick back up where you left off, but it's never that easy.
Yeah, it's going to be a tall order. And if you're Squirtyay, you're starting off really slow on this one. At this point, what, like 5 minutes have passed overall and you're still not able to cap B? So, yeah, like... a lot of the predictions in pregame for like their offense time were trending around like 9-ish, 10-ish minutes. Steel's the kind of map where you can get hard held for a very, very long time. I mentioned that we see up to 14-minute times. That can come to fruition here if they struggle to get deep for this long. And they're going to try to take upward. Devilman's up there, going to spend the sentry gun immediately. Wrangle comes in just in time from Jay. Jump up from Exile doesn't exactly make it up, so now Nurks uncontested up there.
He will be forced back, though. Enough damage coming up through those grates up top. Pajaro in. Gonna get the sap on the gun and currently getting out. Oh, not for long. Who just finds the kukri onto him. No chance. DT pinching from the back, trying to find whatever he can. Not gonna get any kills, but the Uber does come out right there, so Ad will go back in favor of Ray.
Yeah, that's it. Ray not charging, and is actually a hot dog for me right now. So Ray going to be up on Uber a lot sooner than Toy here. They're trying to pressure in with a couple players that they do have. Figsy doing some work, but Nurks is going to burn out, so they need to wait for that spawner to come in. And I see a lot of players rotating onto AE right now. Is that going to be the entire squad? I see the Demo Man, and there's Ray coming in. They're just going for the AE alley-oop right now.
Yeah, they already lost their scout, though. Blank winning that 1v1 with the help of the toys. Mujet going to get caught out on the spawn gate. But no scout means no ×2, no, you know, easy double jumps onto point. Jerry's on it, but not on the pain train, only a ×1. And with the demo now sitting in Wishbone, it's going to be too much to handle. Pajaro finds Melon, waiting for air blasts into the pit. And, Mujet putting in team chat, Mumble died. That's where he must have DC'd. But, yeah, really just not too much doing. Pajaro, though, now also going to find Exile. And really good rotation onto B. Must have gone through drop down to the Squirtyay combo. They're going to find themselves B completely unoccupied. They have the Uber ad right now. And it looks like B will finally be going over to the blue team.
Yeah, Power with another really big double kill. He had two chances there to win the entire point for his team. They didn't get it the first time because of that drop by Fish coming in, but that time the 2K does allow his team to walk in, take the B point. It's already 6 minutes on the clock right now, so they need to go fast. They do have Uber to work with, so if they can manage to snowball onto C, which it looks like they're in the process of doing, things get playable, but they need more people here, and it's going to be Exile popping out early. Counter Uber, it's going to be a solo onto Nurx, which means that he has a lot of time to get forward here.
Yeah, they are going to stay on point, though, and a lot of flashing means they're not getting too much cap time. The collapses are coming in. Bomb coming out right there from Ether, but Nurx drills him down. Not too much damage, and it looks like they're holding off right there. Very good jump in from Jerry to take out Mujet on the platform. Couple of Arbiter finding Toy. Must have gotten that off of the C cliffs, and C will go over. Almost a full wipe.
Yeah,
a number coming up in a few seconds.
Yeah, they're only 3 players up for the next 10 seconds or so, so they're going to engineer run in. Jay tries his best. He hits a lot of damage, but unfortunately one engineer can't do much versus 5 players. So now capture going to be started, but the spawns are in here for the side of Fast Fourth right now. They are in heaven up top. They have a Pyro and a Heavy there, but they need some more explosive damage dealers coming back. DT, Len on Fire has to get off the point for now, but they are trying to go forward. Mujet with a big SVS win, and a Fish, another med pick onto right in this choke point, and this is going to snowball, but Pyro comes in, 2 of his own. A lot of players dying, but that does favor the offense.
The spicy Paj himself finding another double, keeps pulling him out, and RJ was just swinging a bottle, hoping to find either. He was sitting in a corner, 3 health in a dream. Actually not going to get the kill, not going to die either, but yeah, they had that wipe, but Jay had his sentry gun in an unconventional spot on the old red forward. Took them enough time to kill it that they weren't able to get any heaven control, then the spawns came in, and they just weren't able to really maintain any pressure. With the SVS win from Mujet really contributing to that. Arbiter not getting the chance to snipe out that Heavy sitting up top. Paj coming in again, finding two again!
He gets quick-scoped by Mujet, but he's just double kill after double kill. There's a scout running at his Pyro, thinks he can go down, and even with all these kills, they still don't have much cap time. Mujet has more kills. He's on a 5k, getting bombed by a soldier now, but Jerry doesn't know where the damage is coming from. We'll get up to heaven, has a pretty good spot, but Mujet's still up and still going to be firing into them. Jay's level 1 is back and firing from lower. It's wrangled on. Jerry getting walked at by Melon. Melon will clean up that kill, and now it's just Pajaro again, trying to do it all. He's been the only good part about his team so far in this match.
RJ gonna get sniped out as well. Mujet in that DE. Aaron getting on him though, but Exile protects the sniper coming in from the D spawn. Might have had that sniper kill, but ooh, Nurx now finding a sticky situation in the C part of Wishbone from Ether. Gonna get an arrow though, and things are safe. Jay continuing to build this gun in hell. It's gotten taken down a couple times, but just continues to be a nuisance.
He almost gets the kill into Toy, does get blank instead, so does get something, and Pajaro in, shuts down Mujet. That's a crucial kill. In the meantime, Jerry has cleaned up 2 players, and now with the numbers advantage, spawn advantage, they should try to walk in here, but a ton of damage unloaded into the choke. Fish with his own 2k, and Exile's pipes are doing work. Fish making a third, he's gonna escape too. Gets out with his life for now, and they're chasing into him, but they can't capture the point, there's no time.
Yeah, they're all just grouping up in Wishbone here, and they're not having enough pressure come in from that DE side to really, get any presence in on the point. I'd like to see maybe the combo rotate lobby for a sec right here, as Mujet just posted up in DE, gonna find RJ. No Demo Man makes this even more difficult. Jerry looking like he might be getting ready to bomb. No, gonna whip, looks like he might be going death, try to get some kind of long flank around. No, going hell instead.
Oh, Pyro,
goes for the jump up.
Gets wrangled down by Jay. And Jay's sentry gun finally in the right spot onto heaven. Mujet will go down once again, so they have more angles. Mujet 22 seconds spawn time, but they are committed to this Wishbone play. They haven't tried rotating lobby, they haven't tried going death, they're just committed. Wishbone over and over again, trying to force it in, and now with Jay's level 3 sentry up here doing work, it's going to take a lot to break this hold.
Yeah, Jerry been sitting in lower. Exile drops down. That's a throw from Exile. Not sure what he was going for there, but Nurx walking out, gonna get drilled by the gun. Uber comes out right now. They're finally getting out of Wishbone onto the point.
His gun is not dying.
Finally goes down.
8 stickies and 4 pipes goes into it.
Revolvering people in the background, all of that just stabs Arbiter after blowing the full clip right next to him. And that Uber still gets nothing. This Wishbone push is not working.
Yeah, and Spawner's once again up for this defense. Toy still has Uber apparently too. I'm not sure where he's sitting, but yeah, he's just sitting in that spawn area. So if they ever need to pop it, they can, but Toy's under no threat. This Uber has just been safe over and over, and Mujet back alive, back wreaking havoc, takes on Arbiter in the SES. They're still going Wishbone. Jerry and DT running at him, but he gets Reflect rocketed instantly. DT gonna go into the pit, so yeah, those flank players not having the best of time right now.
Toy getting the 10K off of the assists right there. Nice little call out on the top of the screen. Mujet finds Aaron, no NG. Those minis will cease for some time.
Guys,
good lobby hold coming in. Yeah,
working.
Gotta leave.
I don't know if you noticed, but you've been funneling and feeding them kills in Wishbone for the past 5 minutes now. Oh, they heard us. They listened to the cast. They're leaving now.
Alright, Zach, you know what I want to see?
What?
I want a mod, right? Where ragdolls don't expire.
Oh, so you just see how many times they
So you can see the absolute pile of corpses sitting right outside of Wishbone, and the Uber's gonna get used by Toy. I'm not sure
I think
to
got
what.
forced by something. Maybe it was Jerry in behind. Yeah, Jerry was in behind, got that force. That's pretty big. So now free Uber coming in favor, and Toy gets backstabbed in the middle of it. So now no heals in post for the side of Fast Forward. This is the best chance that Squirtyay have had to make of anything. Toy on 20-second respawn, and they have multiple angles to work with. Finally, they have Arbiter going to be able to peek in onto the gun. They have flank crosses in Wishbone, so if they don't make it happen here, they're never going to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, that full Uber only really got them Toy on a backstab. They caught Blank out in the post fight, I'm pretty sure. But Heaven, finally, Pajaro on the Enforcer, going to take out that gun. Some room to walk out, but the
There's
second
D.
Jerry tries to get forward, there is Mujet landing. The body shot takes him out. No soldier to jump up, and Jay is more than content to just rebuild his gun.
Yeah, and D capped up, which that does close the forward spawn doors for the defense here, so they'll have to go one of the two long ways, either do through D or through Wishbone. That said, Mujet on a 5K shuts down Nerks. Arbiter finally gets revenge on him with a headshot, so now with numbers add, biggest spawn ad possible, and positioning, they are going to walk it into E here with full Uber, see if they can cap it up this time. Oh no, RJ went in the pit!
In the window knocks RJ into the pit! Oh, he's still up there.
It's fine. They have Uber, 100%. This should be a capture. That's
he's just sitting outside of the sniper line. Arbiter just scoping on him.
Arbiter can't keep staring at that. He needs to help his team.
Yep, Uber comes into Wishbone, and oh, that's a mulch.
Yeah,
big mulch from Melon and Jerry collapsing in onto Wishbone with that full ad. But still, players in lower.
Poseidon's still here. He's gonna kill DT actually almost. Oh, Spy in. Backstab onto RJ. Doesn't quite get the 2K, so Fish gets one, but it's just Melon alive. Where is she? She's dead.
There's
That's gonna be the ace. And that was 12 through 4, what? 13.5 through 5 is what we're looking at?
Yeah, about. I mean, I gotta pitch that never-ending ragdoll.
Yeah, 13.5. Almost exactly.
Yeah, what a great educational tool.
Yeah, so when you walk into Wishbone for the 6th time, you think, hey, I see my body here 5 times.
When you can no longer see the stickies on the ground because of the carpet of dead demo men that are just sitting there as RJ's tried to walk out of Wishbone just to get sniped over and over again.
Let's cut them a little slack. They do have 3 ringers, right? It's a bit harder to coordinate, but that said, whoever's your main caller should say, hey guys, let's try lobby once. Probably before the time goes past 10 minutes.
Yeah, and when you have a, at the very least, rotate over there, right? Because Fast Forth had no reason to ever break their E-hold. They never had anyone other than Flank sitting in lobby. I mean, yeah, maybe you go over there and then they rotate combo, and then you just have, trying to run through that tiny choke through A into lobby, then you say, alright, well, maybe this isn't going to work, but at least try it!
10 seconds.
Yeah, it just took them a while to get the memo, and they do get it across the finish line, although on Steel, the base time is so long, it's very rare that you get a hard hold when they do go all the way around the world, so with that, now we have Fast Fourth capping 5 points in 14 minutes about. I'd say they're favored. I'd put some money on it.
Yeah? Yeah, if there I'd throw 3 keys down on Fast Forth
I'd throw a
capping.
pair of earbuds, yeah. What's that? Those are worth 25 cents now?
Those are worth, what, 3 keys now? Same thing. But, yeah, Mujet trying to go for something on A. It looks like we'll get ganged.
That's his funny death. He gets one.
Yep.
Look at the stickies on drop down, by the way. They're actually prepared for the sniper drop down into that window, which is pretty funny. Won't happen right now because Mujet is dead, and I believe he's rolling out with his team right now. So gonna be a B main stack. No one going E right now. So the entirety of Fast Forward content to walking in through B with an exchange. Blank walking up top has at the behind him. They just mulch nerds.
Yep. No chance up there. Fish now coming down, drop down. Not gonna find anything. I think I think Fish got exiled, but then his own Stitches dropping down, drop down. Uber coming out in main. But very good job stuffing right there from Melon. No ground to be gained at all.
That's the other female pyro main we know.
Yeah.
Fish in the back lanes, get the sap onto the gun, and Exile walks in, sticking out to Arbiter. They're all gonna get mulched. That happened in an instant. That was a one tap on the entire team.
Yeah,
everyone's
huge
on the same
collapse
page.
Coming in. I mean, you lose your heavy upper, you have to be aware that people are going to flood in from up top. I think we may have seen someone come in from behind. Not 100% on that, but regardless, like, you got to back up a little bit.
The sniper peek, the demo walk, the upper peek, everyone just did everything there. That was perfect.
Yeah. I mean, just phenomenal B push in. You know, losing Cliff, I don't think is like a guaranteed point loss, but when your push is as smooth as that, it might as well be.
Yeah, but now C is an inevitability with all those spawn advantage, all those players walking up, so it's going to get capped instantly. DE holds for 11.5 minutes. Possible.
I mean, at this point, they've been efficient with it, right? As I'm pretty sure that, you know, the stopwatch has matched the map time.
See, Pajaro made a mistake. He tried to fight Jay on his sentry gun, but that's not a normal engineer player. That's Jay. That guy can aim.
Yeah, that guy's gonna beat you shotgun V revolver. Probably gonna do it pretty easily too. As Arbiter finding a shot onto Mujet, so gonna need a very long domino chain here. Things going right for Squirtyay, but at least that's one of them. However, now D going
straight
over.
Through that. Yeah, they went straight through that. They said, screw it. Show them a real around the world here. Already doing it in under 3 minutes, actually.
Yep. Arbiter finding another shot, sitting up comfy in heaven. I think he just rolled another headshot onto Poseidon. Get the pack and heal that back up, but Exile and Jay both dead right there.
Look at that
Poseidon next,
toy.
Yeah.
But it pops at 1 HP as a sticky lands on him. That's pretty good. Saves as many players as he can. There's 9 alive to the offense here. Ray does have Uber, and they do have a level 3 gun, but spawns are extended and all these players dying. Toy's dead, whatever, who cares? It's 4 up.
He knew he was going to get pinched. Maybe wanted to accelerate the process a little bit, but
full body shot. Fish decloaks on Arbiter. Arbiter does not notice. He is dead. And Jay puts level 3 Sentry gun under point. I'd say the round's over.
I mean, there was just a pretty decent wipe there, but yeah, there is...
But this level 3 is so funny.
Yeah.
Can't get in. We're running DT. Oh my god, Musha just puts him in the dirt.
Yeah, you'd like to see some lobby pressure coming in. You know, one of the things that I ranked for a couple teams this week that I always forget is how dying on offense feels like can almost be like the optimal play if you want to rotate. Like, it's easier to die on offense, spawn, and then take a telly to the other side of the map than it is to actually walk back and move. Because there was such a really clean combo wipe there from Squirtyay on D. But then by the time, but then by the time they finish cleaning up, the entirety of the fast forward combo is already up in mid bar.
Okay, so that was about a 355, 358-ish push, right, that we just saw out of fast forward A through E around the world. So I'd say pretty dominant. You know, their favorites coming in. Squirtyay have 3 ringers, but even so, I think that this is a map they're very comfortable on. We saw phenomenal B take. I think that B take would work even if they didn't have 3 ringers. I think this B take would work against pretty much every other team in the league. So that's definitely a strength they have.
Yeah, I mean, I think the lesson learned there is when you lose your heavy up top, you got to play a little bit further back. Can't give them that ability to just drop down on you in a spot where your demo can't spam them out. You know, back up to like where the gun's normally held, play that back a bit, rely on your sniper and the longer angles. Arbiter, I thought, had a decent enough defense. I mean, hard to really, you know, say too much about any individual players when I think there's both 3 ringers and a bit of a team gap coming in.
Look at that Exile stat line, 32 and 9 with nearing 600 DPM. Kind of farming, shooting the sticky bombs and the chokes.
Feels like Exile and Melon. Feels like Exile Melon like Exile's in a different game than like Ether and Melon right now.
Why is that?
No, I mean, like, Melon's 6, 10, and 11. You know, Ether's 13, and 12. Good score lines, not anything special.
Exile's
but then
pubbing is what it is.
Exile's 32 and 9. Yeah, like, you would expect that if your demo's 32 and 9. I don't know. I mean, your demo had a combined 41 kills and deaths. Melon has 17. just interesting to, compare that. And then Jay, 8 and 9, had more than enough impact with the guns. Just entertaining to me. That doesn't always reflect on the scoreline. Pajaro, I mean, 17-23, topping his team by quite a lot. 5 demo picks in all of that, and almost all of those too on the defending demo, which can't really ask for much more of your spy.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more the team can do. They're just not up to the task tonight. Maybe in playoffs and on different maps, we might see it come a bit closer. But yeah, that is pretty much what we expected from this one. It is with the way things are going here tonight, this is going to be our rematch for next week. Probably not going to be casting it because it's 1v4. We're going to lean towards 2v3. But this is just kind of like to glean what Fast Forward's form is. Fast Fourth, what their form is going to playoffs. And I'd say if this is anything to go off of, if they can perform like this on more maps, I'd say that they're looking very strong. Definitely contenders to win it all, if not favorites currently.
Yeah, I mean, their offense was about as picture perfect as you could ask for it. A little bit of a hiccup on D. Death push doesn't usually work out that well. I think people forget that it's called Death Hallway not because you die in the hallway, but you die after you leave it. Like, oh, it's between 2 spawn doors. That's so dangerous. Yeah, you can manage that. But it's that when you drop down out of death, you land on D, and you have nowhere else to go other than their entire combo and lobby. Which is pretty much exactly what happened to to Fast Forward, but they just had, the DM and the flank presence to just rotate right back up to E afterwards, and, no harm, no foul. But I think we might be seeing Fast Forward look to get a bit of a high score here.
So I think that coming up is going to be the most interesting part. I want to see their setup for pushing B again, and if it plays out the exact same way, or if they're going to do something different, or if Squirtyay is in any capacity right now to respond to it. Because we saw what happened, right? They did a synchronized kind of sack, if not like push play, onto Nerks up top. Nerks couldn't do anything about it. He just insta-died. No one was there to support him. If they get the heavy kill, if they get upper, and then that push comes into B, it's just going to be really interesting to see.
I'd almost like to see alternatively way more A pressure come out, almost like as a response, and Melon finding Pajaro in upper, but DT in the spawn door, waiting to shoot Melon in the back. I mean, I don't really think trading your spy on defense for a funny offensive pyro kill is worth it, considering Melon just spawned up and you saved her the time of walking back. But it's kind of funny. Pajaro saying in chat, I used the never-before-seen strat on A.
We looked at demos, and 6 out of 17 times you were there. If that's true, that's hilarious, is what Blank is saying in the chat.
More teams should be, crusting the other team's demos now that demos.tf is available. It's free information, if you want to win, you put the effort in, find out their strategies, see where their spy plays. I mean, demos have caused a number of comedy spy deaths on upper first.
Yeah, here's Blank bonking up top. They do have a soldier with Nerks this time. They're going to just blow Blank up onto the teleporter spot, and they just have to give up upper. So, again, Fast Forward get exactly what they want here. They get full upper control, and now we get to see what they do when they trade Uber. Blank does go down there, but Poseidon now, this big rev heavy staring at them. It's going to be really hard to get back up there.
Yeah, I mean, something I've seen some teams do a little bit. Well, Uber comes in right now. Good stuff's coming out of Figs. He forces Exile back into the tunnel. Only kill is going to be Arbiter landing a body shot onto Fish.
Was he fully cloaked?
It's an all jet. He must have
Yeah,
been.
he was fully cloaked straight in front of me. He just gets 150. So, Fish, a bit unlucky on that one. And because he can't sap the gun. So the push did not get one shot, right? Squirtyay are holding for a bit longer right now.
Oh man, look at Aaron with the window tech shooting. He's shooting Wrangler rockets in through the crack in the window to get splash damage. Fish lit upper. Another unlucky life. And Pajaro is on A, under the cliff, uncloaked, just waiting for someone to fall off.
If he gets a kill, that's hilarious. And I have X-ray, so I can just see it if anyone's ever potentially walking up to him. But it is 9-man in B main right now for the side of Fast Forward. So Fish gonna cloak up top, not bumped by DT yet. DT wants to be able to get in and get a sap on the gun. He does get the sap, and here comes the Uber, and the push from up top is the same thing. They're gonna get one shot immediately. They're all dead.
So, key difference though is that this time, Toy just built faster. You always have to assume that at high levels of play, the defensive med is going to be building, 10%, 15% slower, just because you've less people taking damage. Whether or not that was calculated from Fast Fourth, I'd imagine it was. Fish may have been calling what the Uber percents were.
Paharo is spy crabbing on first as his entire team is dead.
Our control point has been
That's
funny. They probably said, all right, Spoo, it's on you to watch for AE pressure. And that's what he's doing.
Yeah, and then his team is getting 8-man wiped at the drop of a hat. So he's probably like, guys, I can do a lot this game, right? I know what he's thinking right now. He's guys, I'm having a lot of fun right now.
Yeah, we are going to see C come in 3 minutes. But yeah, I mean, part of the reason why that mulch happened was that Ray died at 95% Uber. If Ray has Uber there, things likely go very differently. But, you know, just not aware of the fact that they're getting outbuilt. They had already lost upper, and the same thing happens, although in a slightly different fashion.
Trap. RJ getting a 2K.
Oh, does the death push work? Oh, man, Nurk's coming in, gonna get the force out of Toy. So it could have been worse as a Melon now. Or Figsy, excuse me, doesn't have too much to really do with the rest of the server.
Fish, okay, I'm watching like the Dolphin stream because I wanted to see what happened there. Fish just backstabs 2 people in front of Ray, and Ray does the picture talk in front of him. So I think it's safe to say that that's all, folks, is what Ray's saying with that one.
Oh, He's got a very interesting message from one of the players that I'll relay once it becomes relevant.
Yeah, but
as the split DE cap, this is never a good sign. Does not bode well for the defenses. D now going to get capped. E spawns closing, and I imagine it's only a matter of time. Jay's level 3 gun sitting right outside of Wishbone.
Poor DT gets this. He has a force of nature. If you get someone in the pit, it's a win.
RJ loose cannon? Need to see the RJ loose cannon? Nah,
Exil's just jumping into them.
Oh, he gets RJ finds the med pick, so that goes in the
Exile on the pit. Everybody laugh at him.
Ha 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 ha! Alright,
and
so
430. 30 seconds slower.
Now. It's relevant now, so as that death hall push is happening, Melon just messaged me, tell me if this A-hold is terrible or not. So we're gonna get to see the rare breed, the A-hold coming through. Alright, I want to take a second to talk about this, because whether or not the A-hold is good, I don't think it's worth it to risk your B-hold, because the B-hold is much better. But I think the A-hold, if you know that you have somewhat of a DM advantage on a team, is better than people give it credit for, because the immediate assumption is that, oh, we just go cliff and we win with high ground. But the way the angles work out, the low ground is the preferable spot there, because the attacking demo man does not have any real angles he can actually capitalize off of, because that drop-off is so deep. Meanwhile, the attacking heavy can't shoot anyone down there without exposing himself first.
Yeah, so because you have to walk up on that ramp things in front, the defense will always be able to see you before like you can actively shoot at them, especially if you're heavy and your bullets come out of the middle of your body.
Yep, and the gun's watching the top of cliff as well.
Let's see the hold.
Oh, Jerry goes for an immediate bomb and gets wrangle denied out of the air by Jay, showing his engineer prowess.
It's working. Yep. Copium. Jerry over the top, pops the sniper up. Oh, what a shot! He just craters Mujet on the ground with a second rocket. That's a sniper pick right there.
Yeah, but RJ knows what the plan is here. In order to push out of this A-hold, you have to go from like the normal ground. Even if it is low ground, you get decent cover walking up, you get better spam angles, and he ends up, helping to contribute to Exile going down. Mujet dead as well right now.
Exile's
so the gun by Aaron in a really good spot. So we'll have to see how this A-hold goes. Melon, also going to get sniped out. Jay's gun watching Cliff is hit low. Will they be able to take it out?
Paharo goes in.
Uber out.
Yeah, Uber coming out from the defense here. Colonel the sentry gun. Sap goes on it from the spy. That gun goes down in the middle of the Uber. And Melon's the only person there right now. Jerry goes in over the top and lands right on Toy's head, but Banner comes in just in time from the side of Ather. Now Ather jumping in, goes for his own pick. He's almost
Ray
out,
had the Uber,
by
but now is forced to use. RJ going to jump in here, try to get whatever's left of this Uber out. And the Alamo hold is on. They don't want to give this up, but Melon, Toy go down. Melon's not going to be watching this slice either.
Heavy. Because why not?
Yep. Exactly.
Alright, that got a minute and a half off the clock. Was it worth it? Well, maybe they can go to B. Honestly, no one's on B at all right now.
The Toy's up in 3. They're still holding. I mean, they still have people on this. The glow stick in from Jerry, or not from Jerry, onto Jerry from Jay. Almost tried to get the med pick, but the cap will go through. Mujet and Ether both locked out of the spawn. They could have gone to B. They had the numbers. They had the timing. And they said, "Nah, let's keep holding A."
Yeah, who cares if they lost the point? It's about getting the free kills. And yeah, B's gonna be free as a result. That was the plan. So B gonna go over
Or
2.5
is it?
minutes.
Or is it, Zeg?
Yeah, they're contesting
The
out
retake
their
squad
spawn.
coming out. Figsy dead. Arbiter dead. Pahuro dead. It is only DT on B. Not enough players there as RJ ran past the point. They have E pressure right now. Combo's not yet in Wishbone where you really need to be.
So the
And I don't
combo of
think this is gonna
Squirtyay made one big mistake.
Uber's
right?
out.
They assumed that Fast Forward would back up, and they don't back up, they walk forward. Uber into them, they're gonna walk into this right after the Uber ends. Poseidon is sandwiched here, they will end up getting back
RJ
onto
just
it.
MGE'd Exile in Wishbone. Adios, gamer. There's no demo. The B cap looks like it will actually be coming through as the spawners from the initial death wave end up taking it. Now, Mujet trapped down on the forward spawn, slowly probably getting
Sticky.
chipped down. Yep,
Dead.
there we go.
Yeah, and a minute and a half left. Winnable.
Winnable.
For Squirtyay.
Poseidon in Heaven's gonna make this a bit of a tricky retake though. Arbiter trying to find an angle, but Poseidon just playing close. Spam coming in, he's already down to half and bleeding.
Jerry's bombing him.
Good
He's gonna go
bomb,
down.
takes the heavy out. Yeah, there we go. Cap time right now coming
Alright,
in.
winnable. They Uber in through Wishbone, they need to get some kills, get the upper nukes, and immediately get flamed down by Melon. So now Melon's gonna keep trying to walk at some more players. The remaining members gonna back up into lobby, but RJ chased down, Arbiter chased down. 2K for Blank there. Point gets
Ray
cleared.
getting chased out. Med V Scout MGE. Oh, Ray, can she get the... No!
Oh, no,
Not
blood
get the
out.
pack.
Well, at least Blank died for it. That makes it worse.
Yeah, Figsy... If Figsy took a second to probably air blast Ray and extinguish them, maybe there's enough time to get that full pack, but as is, not likely. But Pahuro finding his old friend Exile yet again. Ether goes down as well, so the frag's still out, but with 40 seconds left, you're going to need it times 5, and you're going to need it instantly. There's 2, but no one else is getting on it.
That's a pain train on Jerry, but
Too
two
little,
times
too
left.
late.
Yep. RJ no pain train, not a team player. They hit the jump at least, but yeah, even if they have times 5 for the rest of the match, they will not be able to cap this up. So,
Yep.
2-0 in favor of Fast Forward.
Yeah, I mean, not the most surprising result. Would have liked to have maybe seen a little bit more willingness to try new things from Squirtyay's offense, but I think with the ringers coming in, I don't think they had too many expectations of this match, so
We got some content.
yes, we did. And we got some knowledge of how next week's match between these two teams is likely to turn out.
Yeah, with a steal first ban.
Maybe. I mean, honestly, if I'm thinking about it, if I'm Squirtyay, I probably leave Steel up.
Why, you think
Because,
they're just not gonna bother? They're just gonna take their Koth or their
I
comfort
mean,
and say...
if you assume Fast Fourth is going to be the best team on most maps, like, what would you rather ban? The Koth map that they want to, that Fast Fourth wants to pick, or or maybe even a Vigil, right? Because they beat League on it, or Steel that they say, okay, yeah, we can win on this, but it's Steel, right? You rarely will ever see the higher seed in a match picking Steel, just because of that potential for variance.
Yeah, it would be funny.
It would.
Logs my screen. Exile. Not as impressive as the first half. Fell off.
Yep. Fell off. Only had 3 less deaths, but traded 15 kills for that. I don't think that checks out. Not a good trade deal. Pahuro not having as good of a half. A little bit on the unlucky side, as no one activated his trap card on the bottom of A Cliff for quite some time.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, RJ better performance than I would have assumed. 11-7, not bad. I mean, Exile's still, just able to farm the majority of Squirtyay for a lot of that, but I don't think there's too much post game here, Zach. I'm gonna be honest.
There's not. That's the match. 3 ringers, first seed versus 4th seed on CP Steel. Squirtyay very clearly just not come in expecting anything, and that's what we got. We got basically nothing.
And around the league,
yeah.
Froggy also 2-0'd RR.
Okay,
League
so Plows
2-0'd
went
After Dark. Somebody help versus MST still not decided yet. It's not reported yet. Let me check to see how that match is going. We were considering casting that, honestly. Oh, I think they're in a third half. Yep, Mountain Standard Time took the first half. Help took the second back. And somebody Help just capped 522 in the last half.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
So, yeah. Gonna have to see. Could go either way, but you need to see a really good half out of MST there. But maybe.
Yeah, that's going to about do it for us here. Quick match. We'll be back next week for some more Highlander playoffs. But in the meantime, stick around because we do have a sixes match coming up here at 11 Eastern. I believe that's going to be Jarrett and Space Ghost. Say that first name again for me, Dolphin. The match going to be 3D3M versus Fumbology, you say? Thumbology, okay. Thembology.
Yeah. Not the. If you better if you had that written down, I think. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think.
I couldn't understand the dolphin cackles in my ear. I had to translate for a bit.
Yeah, a little. Had to pull out the E's from the rest of the vowels, but. Yeah, next week I believe. Dolphin, do we have a bye week in before playoffs this season? Do you know? Dolphin's not sure.
To come.
Yeah. If anyone in chat knows, let us know as we wrap this up here. But the next cast we do will be playoffs, whether or not that's next week, which I think it is, or 2 weeks from now, to be determined. But should be here Monday at 9:30 anyway, because if not, it's just one click away. So probably see you next week, I would imagine. And thanks for watching, and again, stay tuned for sixes right after this.